I absolutely adored Tricky Treats, but I do have some observations. This is the first episode of the third season of Minnie's Bow-Toons, and unquestionably, they are now preparing things for Party Palace Pals, which is the series that comes after this, which is basically an extension of Minnie's Bow-Toons. This is not set in Minnie's boutique. It's set in Daisy's or Minnie's house. I'm not entirely sure which. Um, and the bow does feature. They are very sneaky with how they incorporate the bow to keep the theme going. And I won't say what happens, but there is a bow. It involves Figaro, and the Halloween treats get destroyed. So Minnie and Daisy are dressed up for Halloween. They keep getting trick or treaters at the door, and I love that because every time the door answered, it was another character that we know and love dressed up in a Halloween costume, and I thought that was a lot of fun. But Minnie and Daisy are quite disheartened because they can't give them treats, so they just have to keep performing tricks, which I love, by the way, because whenever I would trick or treat, which I think I did twice in my life, it wasn't something I did much, I'd get annoyed that you'd say trick or treat, and then the person at the door would say trick. It's like, no, you trick or treat. You give a treat or do a trick. But let's face it, nobody ever did a trick. And they just have to do tricks because there are no treats left because the bow problem made it go away. And the message in this is that ultimately it's not about giving things. That's not what matters in life. It's about friendship and being there for the people you love and having a good time together, not about giving things out, which is, of course, a really important message, but it does kind of suck the fun out of trick or treating, let's be honest. I thought it was very sneaky. I was going to say very clever, but I think it's more sneaky the way they incorporated the bow. They were clearly either running out of ideas for Bow-Toons, or they were just trying to make the transition to Party Pals Pals a little bit easier. But I loved the costumes, I loved the Halloween decor and the pumpkins, and it was spectacular. Definitely, so far, even though it's the least like Minnie's Bow-Toons, Tricky Treats definitely has to be my favourite episode.